heaven.
Is who in heaven, sweetie?
Grandpa David.
Why do you ask?
Because a kid at school told me that he was a bad man.
Do you remember when Toy Story 3 first came out and you wanted to go to the first show but you couldn't because you had a cold? Remember Grandpa David went out and got you the video game and Sparks the robot and played with you all day? He did that because he loved you. You were his one and only favorite special boy.
You know what? I wouldn't listen to anyone else. I would just think of my memories. Think of all the good things he did.
Hey, AJ. How you doing, buddy? I'm sorry about your grandpa.
Are you his friend?
Jer. Can I call you Jer?
You saved my sister's life. You can call me whatever you want.
Thanks for setting me up with that interview at Chandler. I think it went pretty well.
And my HR rep loves you. In fact, I think she might be in love with you.
We did hit it off.
I'm not sure if she wants to hire you or marry you. But there is one snag. The top university that you put on your resume, the school in question says they never had an Asher Pike enrolled there.
So, I'm fired before I even get hired?
Well, that depends. How'd you lie on your resume?
I'm ready to do stellar work for Chandler Enterprises. Does how I got here really matter?
All right, you got 2 minutes, or I forget everything.
College wasn't for me. Long story short, I broke the rules and I cut a deal. They'd wipe out my records, make it look like I was never there. But I was there for a couple years, so I put it on my resume.
And you didn't think that I'd check?
Most people don't.
Yeah, still, it's funny that a school would cut a deal like that. What exactly did you do?
I hacked into the computer system, changed around a bunch of grades.
Yours?
I did it for these college basketball players who were gonna lose their scholarships if they flunked out. I mean, do you know how much a top-ranked hoops program brings
why
in?
you don't like cops, Asher?
Look, here's the thing. I'm not the typical guy who would apply for a job at Chandler.
No kidding.
I've done some questionable things.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I think a guy like you could probably use a guy like me.
Really? What kind of guy is that?
I'll do what you tell me, how you tell me. No questions asked. I'm great with computers.
Or hacking into them.
That's not my only skill. Part-time, off the books, whatever. No one even has to know that I'm working for you.
What makes you think that I could use someone like you?
Is Grandpa David keeping Mama company?
We hope so. We hope they're up there in heaven together.
I miss Mama.
Would you like to go to the cemetery? Maybe bring her some flowers?
She'd like that. You know, she's always looking down on us.
I gotta find a place that's quieter where I can concentrate.
So, you hanging out with my family now?
Am I hanging out with your family now? Yeah, I suppose I am. That should be your job, shouldn't it, Junior?
Thank you for the advice. Oh, by the way, the integration is going great. Uncle Palmer's company fits perfectly under the Chandler umbrella.
Well, that won't be for long.
Whatever, Cooney.
It's Cortland. Cortland.
Good for you.
You know, the thing about people like you who play the game the way that you do, it never ends well. You should ask Marissa's father.
AJ?
He's in the kitchen.
You know what? I actually have a couple errands to run, so you be okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay, what's wrong?
You think that if you drive Scott out of Chandler, that Annie will leave him?
Where did you get an idea like that?
Oh, it makes perfect sense. You take Scott out of Chandler, you take all the power for yourself, and Annie will want you.
Annie's married.
Oh, well, marriage didn't stop you before. God, you're still going after her. You're just using a different strategy. What?
You're divorcing me. You don't get to concern yourself with my life.
Your life affects our son's life. You promised that AJ would be your top priority from now on.
Yes.
Yeah, except for when your company is your top priority or when Annie is your
I'm not
top
gonna fight
priority.
you on this. Our son always comes first. So don't listen to Scott. He wants to make you think the worst so he can get an edge over
This
me.
is not about Scott. AJ just lost his grandfather. He needs you, and all you care about, all you think about is power.
Well, AJ is a Chandler. This is his legacy.
He doesn't need your company. He needs attention, support, a peaceful family, not constant conflict. God, I would think that having grown up with Adam as your father, you would understand that, but clearly you don't.
So, AJ's really having a tough time with David's death.
Yes. He is asking all kinds of questions about heaven, about Babe. This is really hitting him hard.
Yeah, well, we should have broke the news to him together.
Yeah, well, some kid at school beat us to it and wasn't very nice about it. God, the look on his face.
I'm sorry. But he'll get over it. Kids are resilient. If we don't mention David's name around him, he'll let it go.
You know, whatever anyone says about David, he was my father. I won't just erase him.
Yeah, but it wasn't like AJ and him were close.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of time together, but David made what they had count. AJ has lots of memories, happy memories.
Oh, really? Like the time Grandpa Dave tried to cut him out of my life forever?
What do you want, JR? You want to make your son forget that he has any family besides you? You want to fight me until I finally admit that AJ should be raised as a perfect Chandler?
You know, he was supposed to be back with me by
Well,
now.
he's happy with me.
Really? Is that what you tell him?
It's not easy for you, is it?
What?
All that pain and loss. That's what you walked away from all those years ago.
You know, I gotta get home and find some stuff.
All right. Just remember the filing system I set up for you.
And the color-coded stuff.
Blue for briefs, magenta for motions.
Magenta.
It was either that or mauve.
Are you gonna help me out with this or what?
I thought you'd never ask.
We can fix any computer. Laptops, mainframes, networks. That's why they call us the Nerd Army.
You don't look like a nerd.
And you don't look like a nanny. That's my coworker. Us nerds always travel in pairs. I got it. You can get back to the kids. Can I help you?
I'm Gregory from the Nerd Army. Is Caleb Cortland here?
I'm Caleb.
I do all the tech over at Fusion. Bianca Montgomery asked me to come take a look at the computers, make sure there was no damage from the fire.
Yeah, actually, I just got off the phone with Bianca. We're all good. False alarm. Thanks anyway.
Sure.